Yes, guys, joebiline here, and I'm back from my weekend in Poland in Wrocław. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. Went for a make stag do, but we're back to usual. Hope you enjoyed the videos that I did get out of the weekend. But today, this is more of a speaking video. There'll be some stuff on the screen, but for most part of this, just have a listen, go do some other stuff. If you're on the internet browsing, just listen to this in the background. But today, I wanted to talk about the future of FIFA Mobile and the much anticipated, if it's coming at all, reset. Is there going to be a reset? Is there not going to be a reset? Now, if we look at games, EA's other mobile games, Madden and NBA, and along with something we found out last week for FIFA Mobile that EA announced, I thought this was a good time to speculate now that we have some information that we can put together to speculate on. So many of us have been speculating, expecting that we'd be getting a reset for FIFA Mobile at the end of September, the same time that FIFA console updates their game every year. They do it at the end of September. Many people were expecting FIFA Mobile 18, FIFA Mobile Season 2, whatever they want to call it, to come around then. However, I don't think that's possible, and we'll go into why, because let me have a look here. So Madden, if we look at how they do their resets, and we also found out recently that FIFA Mobile EA announced that the Windows version would be getting discontinued in November. So that makes me think, I don't believe we should be getting a reset in September, because why, if they're going to shut down the Windows version of the phone in November, why would they reset the game in September? Only for them to publish it all for Windows. Because if they're shutting down the version of Windows, that pretty much means that they're not going to continue updating it anymore and not going to support it. From my understanding, I haven't used Windows Phone, but obviously there are some of you that use Windows phones. It's a very small percentage of the market for Windows phones, which is one of the reasons that I believe would have led to EA deciding to no longer support Windows phones. But I've heard it was full of bugs, many, many more bugs than what the iOS and Android versions have had. And some of the events like Domination and Blue Star just didn't work, which basically made the game almost unplayable anyway. From what I understand, Windows apps and games are made on a different platform to what iOS and Android are on. Basically, you make an app for iOS and Android and they run on both types of phones, whereas Windows require a different software and programming altogether, which is probably why the Windows one has lagged behind, because it's required a whole different team and rebuilding, so they'd have to do the iOS version and the Android version together, and then the Windows one would have to come separately. And with the EA Mobile FIFA team being considerably small for the size of what you'd expect an EA game team to be, I guess it came to the situation now where they just thought it wasn't worth keep the running up because of the small percentage of Windows Phone users. So that's why that's going. So it doesn't make sense for them, to me, for EA, because normally when if we look at Madden, when a reset comes, that's a whole new skin for the game, new card designs, all that shebang, new everything more or less. So it doesn't make sense for them to reset the game, redesign stuff, only for them to close the game down 2 months later on one of the platforms. Or we could look at it and see that, because if a reset comes, it means it's inside the same app as well, so it's not like the other game could run alongside it, because it would be the old version that would be gone. Maybe we get a new app and they start again with the numbers. I don't know, but to me it seems the way the mobile games are heading, it seems they're just the name and they reset every year. Or maybe they don't. NBA hasn't reset yet, but it did start mid-season, and then they've just done a full season. So maybe there'll be a reset announced soon for NBA. We don't know, but we are talking about FIFA Mobile. And with the news that it was getting shut down, they announced this on August the 8th, that it would be getting turned off on November the 7th, which is essentially a 3-month cooldown. Now, if we look at that 3-month mark, I've noticed a pattern. I went and looked at Madden Mobile last year and this year. So if we look at Madden Mobile, we'll see that they first announced this year's new season in a blog on their website on May the 31st. And then their servers for the preparation for the changeover went down on August the 12th. And you're watching this today on the 15th. And I believe the Madden Mobile servers for their new season have gone back up today, or they will be up at some point today. So that's around 3 months as well. And if we look at the year before that, we will see that where they announced it on May the 17th, and then the new season arrived on August the 16th. May to June, July, August. It's 3 months again. So we're seeing a pattern here where EA like to, I don't know if they have to by law in certain countries with games changes, or if it's just something that EA like to stick to, maybe for clarity and being open with people, but they seem to give 3 month changes whenever things are coming. I couldn't find the figures, but we did obviously have that situation where FIFA 15 new season was shutting down, and I think they roughly gave a 3 month period for them. So it does seem to be a theme of 3 months going along, which means that if they are doing a season, if they are going to reset in FIFA Mobile, I don't expect it to be before November the 7th. And if it's going to be shortly after November the 7th or anything, why not just wait and do it at the same time and shut down Windows at the same time as when the iOS and Android version go down, and then the iOS and Android version come back up and the Windows stays down? Surely it would have made sense to announce it all at the same time, which is why I think a reset, if it is to come, is going to come later. Now, we do have Gamescom next month. Next week. And if you remember to last year's Gamescom, last year was when last year's Gamescom one was when this version of FIFA Mobile was announced for the very first time. It went into the soft launch shortly afterwards, and then it had a worldwide launch in October. Now, if we're looking at 3 months, and the EA are sticking to these 3 months all the time, it does leave us at November at the earliest. But why wait? Why not just leave Windows open for a few weeks longer if they're going to do it then? My hope, because I am somebody who's supporting a reset, I'm used to it resets as such from playing console. Obviously, I've played Ultimate Team every year. Ultimate Team's been on the Xbox, so I'm used to every year starting again with a new team and building up and seeing how far I can get each season. I know some of you guys, maybe this is like your first version of FIFA and you're used to playing other mobile games that don't have resets or anything like this, so it's not something you're used to. But I feel resets are good. They allow new people to start the game. It gives everyone a fresh chance at the start of the year to build up going forward. Everyone's back at the same level and everyone builds up together. Hey, the last few events we've seen have been a lot more friendly to all types of players. So maybe a new reset and lots of events that are more similar to the more recent ones, like Summer Promo and Global Tour, means that it's more fun for everyone around. People who pay can get things quicker. People who don't pay just have to play the game a lot more. And that's the model I'd like to see EA adopt for all of it. So yeah, I just feel that if a reset is coming, it's coming a lot later than expected. I wouldn't be expecting anything in September, because if there was, I would have expected us to have heard about it already. This could be looking into this 3 month thing too much, and heck, maybe they could announce tomorrow it's coming. But it just seemed looking that they have to give 3 months, or at least they want to give 3 months. And when Madden give their 3 months, if you've seen much of Madden Mobile, when they announce that the season's ending, they don't just like leave it to rot for 3 months. They then do like an event called Season Score. Now, it may have a different name, it may have the same name, they may not do it, they may do. But what Madden do is Season Score. Now, because I haven't played Madden Mobile too much, I won't go into too much detail on it because I don't want to say something wrong. But essentially, you spend the last few months of the game collating a season score, which collects everything you've done in the year so far, along with some events that are put on for the season score period. And then at the end of that season score, you get a season score as such, and depending on the season score you got in the different areas and achievements, you get packs or players at the start of the new season to help you going forward. So everything resets and you start again, but you get these packs and players based on what you did the previous year, so you are rewarded for your efforts. Maybe you get a few elites, maybe you get a few packs. I'm not sure properly how it works. With Madden coming out today, yeah, you're watching this today. I'll watch from the Madden YouTubers, and if you want, I'll do a video collating what happened to them at the start and look at what they've been doing, and I can do a video based on that for you guys if you want. So let me know on that. But yeah, the way I look at it, if we're getting a reset, it's not coming till a lot later in the year, maybe the start of next year. Heck, Maybe we hear something at Gamescom. Maybe at Gamescom next week they go, right, this is what's happening and this is when it's happening. Maybe they drop the announcement at Gamescom, because that'd be then give us the end of November, start of December as when a restart's to happen. So the Windows version would go off a few weeks before the new version would come up on the other platforms. Heck, we'll have to find out. But I thought I'd bring in some information based on what I've got. I just don't see a reset. If one happens, happening in September, which many people predicted. For me, if it is to happen, it's late November, early December at the earliest at the moment, due to this 3-month time frame they seem to have. So I guess if we are getting one, we're at least 3 months away from whenever the announcement is. We'll have to see what we hear at Gamescom. If we don't hear anything at Gamescom, I don't even think maybe we'll get one until early 2018, or maybe a reset won't even happen at all, and like NBA, they'll just continue in. But with the ratings that teams people are having now, like your 110s, I think Hunter Killer's achieved 117 now is the highest, and we can see when we search for players on the transfer market, they seem to have 150 cap there. Do they keep going till we get to the stage of 150 rated teams, and then they start to look to reset? Do you want to hear your opinions below? Do you want to reset? Do you not want to reset? Let me know in the comment section below. I thought I'd bring this. Let me know if it's been helpful to you or not. And if you want me to investigate the Madden season score and let you know how that all goes down. Heck, if you're one of them guys that